Morning, guys. Sorry, just putting my glasses on so you can see what I'm doing. Sorry, I'm in this format again because literally I'm doing up my piece of furniture around the corner and everything. I've had to unload everything out of my cupboard and put it all on my table, so there's just no room. So I'm going to, I'll just turn this camera around a bit. Yeah, so there's just no room. I have to pretty much, I might just do all the readings in different parts of the house until I get my table back. Anyway, let's see what's going on for the collective. Last week I did I found it very difficult to get anything uploaded last week, but I did a video about the feminine doing very, very deep healing. It was something triggered me earlier in the week and or later last week, and that sent me into a spiral of downward, like a fear, a huge amounts of fear coming up for me. And so, which led me to, actually manifested as pain in my right shoulder. So I have a friend who does sound healing. Well, she's actually learning at the moment. Her name is Angela, and she is amazing. I've had lots of healings with many different people over the years, and a lot of my work in the past has been about removing demonic entities through the earth plane up through my physical body. And I wasn't prepared for what actually happened because all I went there for was this pain in my right shoulder. But what came out of that happened to be probably one of the deepest healings I've had, one of the most profound experiences I've had. And it was literally about the collective. Usually when I do this work, it's about, like getting these things out and up and out. And it usually has to do with the collective, or it has to do with the earth plane and removing entities, removing darker entities. But what I actually ended up happening was that, I cleared pretty much a lot for the divine feminine, and clearing a lot of the darker entities out of the actual feminine, the wounding of the feminine, and a lot of the darker aspect of the masculine. The healing took about 2 hours and actually left me quite ragged because it was quite a physical experience, because my body goes into contortions and all sorts of things, and it looks like I don't breathe, and poor old Angela had no idea what the hell was going on and became quite concerned for me, because, this kind of happens, and I'd go through different autonomic breathing patterns that I can't control, and then, sometimes no breathing for ages. And she became quite concerned, but in the end I had to say to her in the middle of the healing, this is normal and I will be going through this, and, just step aside and it'll all happen. So anyway, that's what happened. So it was extremely profound, extremely deep. So I'm interested to know whether other feminines have also been through the same sort of stuff, because it was a very interesting experience, but nothing that I'm not used to, and it's okay. And yeah, so so if I'm actually led to be doing that, and I watched another reading about twin flames, I think it was last week, and she was saying too about the feminine doing very deep healing. So it seems to be like an energetic thing that's going on at the moment for a lot of the feminines. So, it wouldn't have been just me going through any of this deeper stuff. It would have been, millions of people going through it in one way or another. Anyway, we'll have a look now and see what's actually going on for the energies for this week. Okay, so we are releasing burdens. Which makes sense. Of course. Yes. One of the creatures that actually came out of me was some Balrog creature, you know, like out of Lord of the Rings. I kept getting references to the Lord of the Rings, which was quite weird. But we are actually releasing burdens. So there could have been quite, you know, like there was for me, a pent up energy of, and something may have triggered some fears that actually have, you know, have got to come up and out. And so that's what it was for me. So I wonder if that's also what's going on for many others at the moment as well. But we are going to have victory over this. This is literally old energy that is no longer required. We can't take it into the new earth. So into the new parts of ourselves, which we are becoming. So we need to, you know, remove anything that is old, that is toxic for all of us, and we just need to help release it, which is just letting go of the burdens. And it's literally sometimes just about moving the energy through, which is what happened with Angela, but also too, I had to come to my own understanding and realization and get through the fear and to look at what actually triggered me and to maybe move through it in a calm, gentle way, whereas once before that would never have happened. I would have just reacted and gone absolutely apeshit, which would have got me nowhere. So I had to go within and find the core of what was really going on, and allowing the release of that. And it just was literally abject fear. That's all it was. So so we have the card of victory, the card of the devil. This is what we have. Unloading burdens. This is upside down. This is usually, if it's upright, it usually means, this is the 10 of Wands, that it usually means that, you know, we have a lot of burdens. Now, that would have been us last week, but this week it's turned around. So we are releasing a lot of those old burdens that we no longer need to carry. We also have the devil here. So the darker energies are about, and they are going to trigger us in a lot of ways, and it usually has to do with what is going on within us and that what needs releasing. But on an outer level, it can be something that actually triggers us to help with that releasing. But we do have victory over that. That is what is hidden. We do have this victory that is already ours. We just have to allow that to be in our lives. That victory dance that we all have to sort of like take part in once we release a lot of what is, you know, that has been burdening us, and releasing the devil energies, those darker energies. We also have the 5 of Cups. Oh, no, sorry, the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is about going within and really doing the work, finding the core issue of what is actually really going on. That can actually be released in any form, like body work, any type of body work, which is, you know, the sound healing that I had, or any other type of work, chiropractic work, whatever, kinesiology, whatever actually works for you. And for each of us, it's different. And a lot of us will be led to something that completely different to others, you know. So it's not the same, not one size fits all. But we are required to go within and to really find the core of what these issues are, and then to allow the release of that, you know. They may require some time alone. It may require some hermit-like energies to come in, because, you know, it's quite intense work doing this work. It's especially when the fear comes up, and it is so, oh my God, you know, it just takes over your whole body, and you eventually just have to either give into it or work through it, you know. But the best way to do that is to, if you feel like reacting in any way, it's like stop, take a few deep breaths, drop the shoulders, and just allow that, you know, godlike presence that is within each and every single cell of our body, and allow that to come through, you know, and just breathe that in, you know. Tapping too is a good idea. That can actually help. bring the emotional load down. It helps to release as well. And I feel that a lot of this is also coming out, especially for the masculines, in a physical way. And for me, definitely, it was coming through the right shoulder at the back. And when we did the healing, it was like the front was all about the feminine. The back was actually about the masculine, releasing the masculine, you know, the deep masculine wounds through the back area. So it was really interesting. But, you know, we have the spiritual side, which is the left side, and we have the masculine physical side, which is the right side, and the female is on the feminine is on the right side. The left side. That makes sense. And so left side spiritual feminine, right side physical masculine. So interesting. So the Four of Cups, yes. So at the moment, I think for a lot of people, if someone is trying to gift you any type of emotion at all, like love emotion or anything like that, sometimes we can tend to push it away. But for all sorts of reasons, avoidant reasons, you know, like if you have that avoidant type personality, which I do, and I know others that do, which can cause quite a lot of anxiety within each and every single one of us. So when someone is trying to actually give you a cup of love, it's like, I don't want to take it. However, in this case, when someone is actually offering you that, it's more, at the moment, it's kind of more like, this is what's in the environment. At the moment, it's like this is intense work that we're doing at the moment. And, you know, there's a lot of releasing that comes with that. So at the moment, while we're releasing, you know, our whole entire energies are taken up with that and healing and releasing. So when someone's offering this cup of love at the moment, it's kind of like, at the moment, I just need to take some time out. I need to do some deep healing and to really get down to the core issue of why I am, say, avoidant in relationships, or whether, or, you know, like, or why I react in this way when someone, you know, when something triggers me, you know, that sort of thing. So it's about doing really deep cleansing and healing work. Yeah, which, you know, a lot of this work can bring up a lot of stuff. So it's kind of like the Three of Swords. So this is about, you know, of course, feeling great amounts of sadness and feeling like you've literally been stabbed in the heart. And a lot of these triggers will literally trigger up, because a lot of what's going on too has to do with unconditional love and how we can open up to that. At the moment, we're not wanting to open up to that because of the fact we're, you know, going through such deep healing work, but also too because we have wounds that are, you know, these triggers are actually bringing up. And a lot of them have to do with being heartbroken by what we perceive to be others, you know, and in their actions, when in reality it really has to do with the fact that we have not healed our own wounds, and so we attract something that will actually come in, help us to cleanse and heal by first. What's the word that I'm looking for? I've just lost it. By triggering us. Oh my God, that just completely went out of my head. I knew where I was getting to. Yeah, so by triggering us. So the triggers will literally help us to go within, find where we have been heartbroken in the past, and allowing us to not react in the same way, and to go within, go to the core, and help to clear anything out that is no longer required, but also to move into peace once we've done that. You know, because this will come up as absolute, if the trigger is often something that will lead us into great amounts of fear. And we're frozen in fear. It's like, what do I do? And you go to react, and then it's like, hang on, that's the old way of doing things. That's not where I want to be anymore. And so you go into something else that is going to work for you in a more positive way, which leads to greater healing and deeper release. I hope that all makes sense. Yes, because we have the tower here, and the tower in this instant is can be the trigger, you know, that allows that tower to fall. But that tower is the fortress that we've held in place all of those years and never ever allowed for it to crumble and fall. But what's happening now is that these things that are triggering us are actually like the detonation of that tower and that hard wall structure that we've built, and it is literally falling down, which is what is needed. But once that actually occurs and we can move into something, once we release all of that, allow the tower to fall, to release all of that unwanted way of being, or, you know, that those unwanted and toxic sort of emotions and that are coming up, you need to release them. And once you do that, then you move into this beautiful Six of Swords. So moving away from turbulent times into peace and tranquility, because that's exactly where it's leading us. I'm just going to check these cards. This is the Energy Oracle deck. There's the book there. Good little deck. My mother gave me this many years ago. And it's one of my favourite little decks. It's just an oracle deck, but it is a good one. So we have appreciation. So appreciate everything that comes into your life. Any of the triggers too. Like, they are there to help you to heal. They're not there to aggravate the shit out of you, you know, or they are going to aggravate the shit out of you, but that's because it's trying to get you to change your ways and try to help you to release anything that is no longer required. So appreciate those triggers, appreciate the healing work that you're doing, and just have an appreciation for the life that you're living, you know, because it's magical and it's wonderful all at the same time, even if it can be dark and scary sometimes. Because we are literally on this journey, you know, we're on the journey now and we're lighting our own way. We're lighting our own way because we're brave enough to do it, and we're wise enough now to understand exactly what it is that we need to move forward. And the Happy Family card. So this is kind of like the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles in a way. Happy families. So because that's what literally, once you begin to clear and move out some of these dense energies, this is where we move into, you know, a greater collaborative force with absolutely everybody, because at the end of the day, we are all leading each other home. We're all actually, even those that trigger us, it's like, you're my best friend because you did that for me. Thank you so much, you know, because it helped me to clear and heal, and victory. So we will have victory over all of this, clearing and healing, and become a lot more peaceful and, and calm. Anyway, good luck, guys, because this is it's kind of difficult work, but very rewarding once you get through it. And I'm not saying that I'm through it yet, you know, it's kind of like it's releasing even now, like I can feel it releasing. And, you know, quite often I've got to breathe it out. So anyway, so I hope this all finds you well, and yeah, good luck for the next week, and yeah, have fun. Bye for now.